every barangay health worker sa buong bansa, Mr.
Well,
President.
based on our discussion together with Senator Ejercito, yung first and second class municipalities ang nagbabayad ng kanilang allowance LGUs. Am I correct? Is that my understanding?
That is correct, Mr. President.
So in third, fourth, and fifth class municipalities, ang magbabayad niya national government. Because some of the third and fourth and fifth class municipalities cannot afford to give honorariums, allowances to their barangay health workers. Am I correct?
Mr. President, kung ano po yung balanse ng 3,000 piso na hindi po kayang bayaran ng LGU ay pupunuin po.
Bubunuin ng national
Ng
government.
national.
So
That's
dito
right,
sa
Mr.
Metro Manila, I'm sure lahat naman ng mga bayan dito, Metro Manila, kayang bayaran ang kanilang kaya ibigay yung kanilang mga allowances, mga honorarium sa kanilang mga barangay health workers. Kasi maraming pera yung mga LGUs ng Metro Manila.
Kaya po yan, Mr. President. At least yung 3,000 pesos, kaya po ng lahat ng LGUs dito sa Metro Manila.
And I heard yung mga ibang cities, mas malaki pa yung binibigay. More than 3,000 pa binibigay.
Yes, Mr. President. Maabot sa 10,000 pesos or 11,000 pesos.
Is it uniform dito sa Metro Manila?
Iba pa, nagkahit ng
For example, the City of Manila, Quezon City, Pasay, pare-pareho bang binibigay nilang...
Iba-iba rin po, Mr.
iba-iba.
President, batay sa income ng LGU, batay din sa pagpapahalaga ng local government units sa implementasyon
Meron ba
ng
ho kayong
universal
datos kung
healthcare.
magkano halimbawa binibigay ng City of Manila sa kanilang mga barangay health workers?
I will
So we can compare.
provide that to the good gentleman. Okay, as soon as possible.
Like, gusto ko lang kasi malaman kasi yung sa San Juan, sa Mandaluyong, hindi ko alam kung baka alam ni Senator JV kung magkano binibigay ng ng local government ng San Juan sa mga barangay health workers natin sa San Juan. He might know kung if it's sufficient enough.
Yes, Mr. President, again, as far as I can remember, because some of the BHWs from San Juan were also here during our deliberations, and I was surprised to know that in Metro Manila, although it's not like the other third or fifth class, pero isa po isa sa pinakamababa, no? But at least
Mababa yung bigay sa San Juan?
mababa daw, sabi nila, no? So, but hopefully it will be improved.
Right now, mababa ang bigay. So during your time, mas mataas ang bigay mo?
I think that time mas mataas din.
Okay. So mas mababa yung bigay ng mayor ngayon?
Mas mababa ngayon.
Anyway, shout out po sa inyo. Ito about sa pondo-pondo, about sa Magna Carta. Tingnan natin dito sa umpisa. Ano kaya ang aaminin dito, mapapaamin?
Health programs sa grassroots level. And we recognize and sincerely appreciate their important role in promoting the basic and constitutional right to quality health care of every Filipino. I only have 2 points of inquiry for the good sponsor, Senator Risa, as I also wish to seek the thoughts and guidance of the members of this chamber on a related measure that is referred to the Committee on Local Government, which I chair. Mr. President, this bill was named as one of the priority measures of the LEDAC during the 19th Congress, but it was not enacted into law. Am I right? Am I correct, Mr. President?
The good gentleman is right, Mr. President.
And sa aking pagkaalala ay naipasa na po ito dito sa third reading noong 19th Congress. Am I right?
Yes, Mr. President, the good gentleman is also right.
And interestingly, the House of Representatives adopted the Senate version, Senate Bill number 2838, as amendment to House Bill number 6557 on February 5 of 2025. But on June 4, 2020, on the same year, the Senate received a letter from the House of Representatives dated June 3, 2025, informing us that the House reconsidered the adoption and consequently approved to rescind the transmittal of House Bill number 6557. May I know what happened, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, Mr. President, as doesn't often happen in our legislative work, hanggang ngayon po, hindi pa 100% na ipaliwanag sa atin sa Senado
Hindi pa
kung ano ang
100%.
nangyari. Ang una pong nakarating sa atin na paliwanag or bahagyang paliwanag ay nagkaroon daw ng hindi pagsuporta sa usaping pinansyal kaugnay ng Magna Carta of Barangay Health Workers. But as I said at the outset, Mr. President, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin natin ma-establish 100% kung yun ang naging problema at such a late stage in the legislative process. Gayunpaman, dahil tayo po ay nag-refile ng bill na ito sa kasalukuyang Kongreso, minabuti na rin po natin na dito mismo sa committee report ay subukang tugunan yung mga usaping pangpinansyal sa pagpopondo ng Magna Carta of Barangay Health Workers kung sakali man yun talaga ang naging problema. And
Magkano
overall, I am confident, Mr. President, that this is a worthy successor sa naipasa po natin sa 19th
Magkano ba ho
Congress.
dapat ang gugulin ng gobyerno dito sa Magna Carta for Barangay Health Workers?
O, magkano?
I'm sorry, Mr. President.
Magkano ba dapat ang gugulin ng gobyerno, pondo ng gobyerno para rito sa Magna Carta for...
Again, Mr. President, kung naalala ko ng tama, nung panahon ng 19th Congress deliberation sa bill na to, umabot sa mga 3 bilyong piso para na po sa lahat ng mga barangay health workers sa Pilipinas, para sa lahat po ng mga karapatan at benepiso na pagkakaloob sa kanila. Again, kaya po medyo binigyan natin ng credence yung bahagyang paliwanag na financial yung naging problema or isang problema sa huli dahil meron pong iba pang figures na lumabas na parang times 10
Shout out
sa
po.
halagang iyon.
So,
So
yun
again,
ang-
in any case, sinubukan
Shoutout po sa viewers natin. Pinag-uusapan nila about doon sa pondo. Kasi nagkaroon yata ng something kaya tinatanong yung sponsor na Senator Risa, anong nangyari doon sa pondo-pondo para sa Magna Carta. Tuloy natin. Sa mga gustong magpa-shoutout, feel free to comment. Type 1 para ma-shoutout ko po kayo.
nating i-establish more or less magkano ang kakailanganin sa 20th Congress.
So yun ba ho ang dahilan kung bakit nireconsider yung adoption ng ating Senate version?
So far,
Is
Mr.
it the,
President, yun lamang po what we can go on.
Is it the budget of 3 billion pesos?
Or hindi po yung budget lamang ng 3 billion na ating pong pinanghawakan dito sa Senado, pero yung sinabi in other quarters na na aabot di umano ng 23 billion pesos.
Billion.
Opo. So halos 8 to 9 times. O halos 8 times po, Mr. President.
So, meron ba ho kayo nalalaman kung sino-sino itong mga tumututol dito?
Allah.
Hindi na po idinetalye sa
Baka meron kayo alam, isiwalat na natin.
It is part of the mystery, Mr. President, unfortunately.
Kasi because here I have a copy of a letter coming from...
Ito, nagtaka ako dito. Baka may nalalaman ka. Baka pwedeng malaman. Sabi niya, it's a mystery. Anong ibig sabihin? Tapos ngayon may nakuhang sulat. Anong sulat kaya ito?
the Secretary General addressed to the former Senate President, Senator Escudero, that says, I have been directed to inform the Senate and the House of Rep on even date reconsider the adoption of Senate Bill 2838 as an amendment to House Bill number 6557 without any reason, without stating any reason whatsoever with regard to the reconsideration of the adoption of Senate Bill number 2838. So right now we are in a quandary on why they reconsidered the adoption of our Senate bill.
Which
So
is
wala
why
po talagang totoong dahilan kung bakit
wala pang ibang opisyal at formal na communicate sa Senado, Mr. President, bukod sa liham na yon na gaya ng sinabi ng good gentleman, wala namang sinabing paliwanag o ground sa pag-reconsider. So, the best we could do ngayong 20th Congress ay i-refile talaga at dalin muli dito sa plenaryo para sa konsiderasyon ng mga kasama.
Yes, I mentioned earlier that this was part of the LEDAC during the 19th Congress. But right now, as we speak in the 20th Congress, this is not already part of the LEDAC. It is no longer included in the priority measures of the LEDAC. Am I correct, Mr.
The
President?
gentleman is correct, Mr. President. But still, pwede po nating i-argue yung importansya ng panukalang ito bilang bahagi ng pag-operationalize nung grassroots level ng buong universal healthcare law, Mr. President.
Maybe you might know the reason why this bill, which for me is a very important bill, why it was excluded from the priority bills in this 20th Congress, Mr. President.
Hala. Ano na?
Okay. Mr. President, I wouldn't say na in-exclude ang Magna Carta of BHW sa listahan ng LEDAC ng priority legislative measures dahil di tulad nung 19 Congress, hindi siya yung nandun na, nasa bingit na ng pagiging batas tapos ibinawi. Pero simpleng hindi na isama. And gayon pa man, Mr. President, though of course mahalagang gabay din sa atin sa legislative executive coordination ang listahan ng LEDAC. Gayunpaman ay dahil mahalaga po sa atin sa Senado at mayroon din pong counterparts tayo sa House, kaya nga po, excited pa rin tayo na dalhin ito sa plenaryo.
Pwede ba malaman yung estado ng bill nito sa House? What is the status of this particular bill in the House of Representatives?
Sa House of Representatives, Mr. President, ang status po niya ay for hearing sa Committee on Local Governments.
Committee on Local Government. Saan ba ho na-refer to sa committee ninyo?
Yes,
Committee
Mr. President,
on
Committee
Health?
on Health and Demography.
Okay. This representation as chairman of the Committee on Local Government is currently in the thick of discussions and coordination with various stakeholders about the Magna Carta naman for barangays, a LEDAC priority measure for the 20th Congress. And for the information of the good sponsor in this August chamber, the Magna Carta for Barangays, which is authored by a number of our dear colleagues, proposes, among others, better compensation, incentives, and benefits for our barangay officials, including the punong barangay, Sangguniang Barangay, Barangay Secretary, and Barangay Treasurer. Various measures filed by our esteemed colleagues also propose enhanced set of benefits for other barangay workers, including Barangay Tanod, Lupong Tagapamayapa, daycare workers, and barangay health workers. And at this point, Mr. President, let me reiterate that I am not against this bill. In fact, I am supporting the passage of this measure. I am just pointing out the possible scenario that this bill, which covers and is exclusively for the barangay health workers, will have different provisions from the Magna Carta for barangays, which shall or might cover the entire spectrum of barangay officials, personnel, and workers. Mr. President, how should we go about these two equally important measures?
Salamat, Mr. President, for pointing that out. Siyempre, ayaw ko rin pong umabot sa sitwasyon na magkakaiba ang parallel
magkaroon ng
provisions
overlapping.
or magkaroon ng overlapping.
Concern, yes.
And in order to enhance rather na ang bill na ito at ang bill na pinamumunuan ng good gentleman ay maging companion measures, complementary sa isa't isa, I'm very glad to coordinate with the good gentleman na yung mga probisyon sa Magna Carta of Barangay Health Workers ay hindi kontra or hindi nag-overlap in an unconstructive way, kundi yun na nga po, complementary sa lalabas dun sa Magna Carta of Barangays, Mr. President.
Mr. President, if we pursue these bills separately, do we foresee a Magna Carta, for example, for Barangay Tanod, Magna Carta for punong barangays, and other similar Magna Carta for every single cluster of barangay worker in the future? What do you think, Mr. President?
Wala pa naman po, Mr. President, lumapit na barangay tanod or iba na gustong magkaroon din ng Magna. Bukod po sa barangay nutrition scholars. Sila magnong sa iba't iba kami na karta tulad ng mga barangay health workers. In which case po, Mr. President, kung mag-progress man yung ganyang klaseng legislative process, pwede pa rin i-adopt yung iniisip ko pong disposition nitong Magna Carta of Barangay Health Workers kaugnay ng Magna Carta of Barangays na kung ituturing kumbaga ang Magna Carta of Barangay bilang pinaka Magna Carta sa mga Magna Carta at pwedeng yung bawat sektor doon, halimbawa barangay health workers, ay maging complementary ang mga provision sa parallel provisions sa Magna Carta of Barangays, ay pwedeng ganon din po yung isang guiding principle sa pag-consider kung sakali mang umabot sa ganon ng isang Magna Carta of Barangay Nutrition Scholars or iba pang volunteers o empleyado sa barangay, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, under Section 14 naman of the committee report on monetary incentives and benefits of volunteer barangay health workers states that there will be a monthly monetary benefit of not less than 3,000 to be granted by the municipality or city where they serve in the form of an honorarium, along with other allowances such as transportation allowance, subsistence allowance, hazard allowance, cash gift, and loyalty incentive. How much would be the total monthly benefit for our BHWs?
Okay.
For that
Right.
all others
Yes. Yes, Mr. President, I'm prepared to address the question of the good gentleman, but Senator JV, our previous sponsor and
Yes, Mr.
author,
President,
would like to
with
interject.
the indulgence of Senator Estrada and
Yes.
Hontiveros, because I was the one who sponsored this during the last Congress. Barangay health workers from the 3rd and 5th class municipalities will be receiving about 3,000 pesos minimum monthly honorarium. Because the rationale is the base Ws from the cities in the 1st and 2nd class municipalities are given allowances so that are said to be at least yung medyo maganda naman, no? Some are receiving 8,000, 11,000, and so on. So, ang kawawa po talaga are those in the 3rd and 5th class municipalities who receive sometimes even at 400 pesos per month, no? As honorarium, as low as 400, 200 pesos a month. So, with this bill, with this measure, if it had been passed, those from the 3rd to 5th class municipalities, barangay health workers will now receive a minimum of 3,000 pesos monthly honorarium. Thank you.
May I know how much are the barangay health workers from the 1st and 2nd class municipalities receiving?
From, Mr. President, the 1st down to the 5th class
No,
municipality.
only the 1st and 2nd. Since Senator
First
JV
and
has already
second.
answered the 3rd, 4th, and 5th
Opo, above 3,000
municipalities.
pesos, sometimes
Yes,
reaching 10,000
Yes.
pesos, Mr. President.
From what I know, even in Pasig, no, I think they're the ones that the BHWs are receiving about 11,000 honorarium per month. In Metro Manila, some are 8,000 up to 6,000 to 8,000.
So who shoulders that? The local government?
LGUs, yes,
The LGUs.
local government.
Okay. During the committee deliberations of on the Magna Carta for barangays, we were informed that some punong barangays or the barangay captains, especially in some municipalities in the Samar area, receives only 3,000 pesos per month. Hence, there would be an awkward situation wherein the barangay health worker and the barangay captains could have the same monthly compensation. May I know your thoughts on that, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, Mr. President, yung ganyang klaseng unfortunate din na situation ay hindi po maiwawas to nitong panukala natin. But we are making a very important correction dun sa pagpapatupad ng ating mga local government units, dun sa parte ng tungkulin nila sa implementation ng universal healthcare. Ibig sabihin po, at least, gaya ng pinoint out ni Senator JV at pinamunuan niya nung nakaraang Kongreso, we will establish a floor para doon sa mga barangay health workers na sa ngayon po, Mr. President, ang lawak ng range ng natatanggap nila from 10,000 or 11,000 sa first-class municipalities, halimbawa sa Mandaluyong, down to as little as 200 pesos, Mr. President, sa third, fourth at lalo na fifth class municipalities. So ngayon, ang gustong gawin ulit ng Magna Carta for barangay health workers ay at least mag-establish po ng floor na 3,000 pesos for every barangay health worker sa buong bansa, Mr.
Well,
President.
based on our discussion together with Senator Ejercito, yung first and second class municipalities ang nagbabayad ng kanilang allowance LGUs. Am I correct? Is that my understanding?
That is correct, Mr. President.
So in third, fourth, and fifth class municipalities, ang magbabayad niya national government. Because some of the third and fourth and fifth class municipalities cannot afford to give honorariums, allowances to their barangay health workers. Am I
Opo,
correct?
Mr. President, kung ano po yung balanse ng 3,000 piso na hindi po kayang bayaran ng LGU ay pupunuin po
Bubunuin ng national
ng
government.
national.
So
That's
dito
right,
sa
Mr.
Metro Manila, I'm sure lahat naman ng mga bayan dito, mga syudad dito sa Metro Manila, kayang bayaran ang kanilang kaya ibigay yung kanilang mga allowances, mga honorarium sa kanilang mga barangay health workers. Kasi maraming pera yung mga LGUs ng Metro Manila.
Kaya po yan, Mr. President. At least yung 3,000 pesos, kaya po ng lahat ng LGUs dito sa Metro Manila.
And I heard yung mga ibang cities, mas malaki pa yung binibigay, more than 3,000 pa yung binibigay.
Yes, Mr. President. Maabot sa 10,000 pesos or 11,000
Is it
pesos.
uniform dito sa Metro Manila?
May iba pa nagkahit ng permanent.
For example, the City of Manila, Quezon City, Pasay, pare-pareho bang binibigay nilang
Iba-iba rin po, Mr.
iba-iba.
President, batay sa income ng LGU, batay din sa pagpapahalaga ng local government units sa implementasyon
meron ba
ng
ho kayong
universal
datos kung
healthcare?
magkano halimbawa binibigay ng City of Manila sa kanilang mga barangay health workers?
I will
So we can compare,
provide that to the good gentleman. Okay, as soon as possible.
Gusto ko lang
Mr.
kasi
President.
malaman kasi yung sa San Juan, sa Mandaluyong, hindi ko alam kung baka alam ni Senator JV kung magkano binibigay ng local government
alam,
ng
Mr.
San Juan sa
President,
mga
ni
sa
Senator
mga
JV.
barangay health workers natin sa San Juan. Well, he might know kung if it's sufficient enough.
Yes, Mr. President, again, as far as I can remember, because some of the BHWs from San Juan were also here during our deliberations, and I was surprised to know that in Metro Manila, although it's not like the other third or fifth class, pero isa po yung San Juan sa pinakamababa, no? But at least
Mababa yung bigay sa San Juan?
mababa daw, sabi nila, no? So, but hopefully it will be improved.
Right now, mababa ang
Right
bigay.
now.
So during your time, mas mataas ang bigay mo?
I think that time mas mataas din.
Okay. So mas mababa
now-
yung bigay ng mayor ngayon?
Mas mababa ngayon. So hopefully this time, the rationale here is that, if I may join, the national government will subsidize yung pang mga third and fifth class, those who cannot afford to give more. But as what the sponsor is saying sa HONTIVEROS, that in Metro Manila, at least 3 to 5